Hello my beautiful book dragons, welcome back to my channel. I am so excited for this month. I've been honestly waiting for October for months now. It is my absolute favorite month of the year. I mean, it's the only month where you can read Stephen King in public and no one will look at you weird. So that's a big plus. So today I'm gonna show you my intended TBR for the month of October. Most of it is Stephen King. My goal this month is going to be to read as many Stephen King books as I can. Just that alone makes me so excited. So excited, guys. I just want to get out of the way the books that are not by Stephen King that I want to be reading. First of all, Mr. Pecan by Clive Barker. This will be my very first Barker read. I've heard really good things about him, mostly here on YouTube, and I'm going to be butter reading this with David from David Book Reviews, so I am super excited. It's going to be, I think, fun to just have that input of what he's thinking, since you know he is actually a reader of Clive's book. And the next thing that I'm going to also be butter reading is the 10th book in a series of unfortunate events. If you've been that's like such a mouthful. A series of unfortunate events. I've been butter reading this with Rachel from Let Me in the Library. I love reading this with her because, you know, it's kids' books, but at the same time they're so interesting and I feel like there's so much depth in them, and just like having someone that is also as enthusiastic about them as I am is really cool. To just like be able to send her a message and be like, oh my god, did you see this in chapter 4? It was amazing and I love this, and just like talking about this is just great. And then I might read Dune, the first 2 books, because I want to participate in the live stream from the guys of Geek on My Sleep, because I haven't been in there for a while and I miss them and I miss the live streams, because just geeking out with other people that are such big geeks as yourself is so much fun. If you have not watched their channel, I will link it down below, because you have to go and just geek out with them. It's like a little space every Sunday where you can just talk about a book that is like super nerdy and geeky, and people are just going to understand what you're saying. But let's get into the Stephen King part, because my goal for the month of October is to read as much as Stephen King as I can. Number 1, something that I have here that I have not read, because I don't read comic books or manga, because this is a Stephen King, I'm gonna give it a try. I have the whole apocalyptic, I don't know the name in English, but I really want to give this a try and read them. I'm not huge, again, on comics and manga, but I mean, these are so cool. So cool, look at it. Yeah, I'm excited to read this one, so give them a try and we'll see how it goes, and we'll see if Stephen King book comics are as good as the regular novels and short stories. We'll see. Something that I picked up and I started reading barely, Salem's Lot. I started reading these and I just put it down and didn't pick up. Sometimes this happens to me with Stephen King books, that I really cannot get into the story until I'm like 100 pages in, and then it gets like really interesting and really good and I cannot stop reading. But I do have to push myself for those first like 100 pages to read it, so I think this is one of them. But I feel like this is going to be so good and I really want to read it. And I think I also put it off a couple of months back because I wanted to save it for October. I am so excited, I'm not even joking. 11/22/63. Yes, the assassination of John Kennedy. So excited to read this. I feel like everyone that's read this says that it's so good and one of the best Stephen King books that they ever read. So I am extremely excited for this. A big book. But I feel like it's going to be such a good one. From what I've heard and what I understand, we're following a guy that is like cleaning up his basement or something, and he finds a door to the past, to the day of the assassination of the president, and he I don't know if he decides to like try to save him or something, but sounds like there's going to be a lot of like secrets, political intrigue, and just that like suspense from Stephen King that I need in the month of October, so sign me up. The next thing that I want to read is the second and third book in the Bill Hodge trilogy. This first one, Mr. Mercedes, I read this months and months ago, and I was not able to find the second book, Finders Keepers, but I finally found it, and I am waiting for the second and the third book to come in so that I can read them, and hopefully I will fly through them because I really enjoyed this one, and they're like really short. And then, if I'm done with that, I will be reading finally The Outsider, because one of the characters that appears in the Bill Hodge trilogy also appears in this one, and I do not want to get spoiled, so I'm gonna have to read those first and then this one. So lots of books for this month, so excited. This is a reread, but it's been a while since I read Dolores Claiborne, and I do remember that after reading this I was so amazed, and I do think that this is one of the most underrated books by Stephen King, and I definitely want to reread it because one, it is super short, and two, it is so good. Like you have to read this if you have like a desire to read some Stephen King but you want something short. If you're not like a huge fan of horror but you want to give Stephen King a try, this is so good. Totally recommend this one. You should totally check that one out. And then I want to continue on with the Dark Tower series. I read the first book. It was a little bit intense. It was a little bit boring at parts, but I knew that that was going to be the case. And then I know that the series gets better and better and better with each book. So I'm excited to read The Drawing of the Three, which is the second book in the Dark Tower. And if possible, continue on with the series. I mean, I feel like I'm going to really enjoy getting into the Stephen King multiverse. Like, I just need to get into the Stephen King multiverse, and I am super excited to get into it. So the Dark Tower is going to do that for me, so I need to read it. I do have a bunch of books coming for me in the mail. I love October. I am so excited to read all of these books, and probably, you know, that's my Stephen King shelf, that one and a little bit there. I have some books also in my desk, so it's going to be a full-on Stephen King month, and I am so excited for it. What are you reading in October? Are you reading any Stephen King books? You should totally be reading some Stephen King books. Yeah, thank you so much for watching. Please do like, comment, and subscribe as always. If you have not already subscribed, I swear, I dance every single time I get a new subscriber. So you will be making me very, very happy by clicking that button and by letting me know what are you planning to read this month. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you beautiful book dragons in my next video. Bye.